I love having a lot of books to choose from on my TBR, but over the years it's gotten a little out of hand, and books that I was hyped for when I added them end up sitting there for years and years and years. So this year I'm challenging myself to finally get to the oldest books on my TBR in a game that I'm calling Backlist Bash. Hi, welcome to this month's episode of Backlist Bash, somehow already on episode 5. That's nuts. If you're just tuning in, I'll leave the playlist down below. Episode 1 is where you'll find all of the rules and how to play the game and how the point system works and that kind of thing. And if you've watched before, thanks for coming back. I appreciate that. So for this month, I have got a pretty hefty TBR, mainly because of one book, which I'm very scared of, and that is Assassin's Apprentice by Hobb. I have already started it. I'm not very far in. I'm on chapter 3, page 41. This is a very dense, heavy fantasy read, which is excellent so far, but it is definitely intimidating, and I can really only read about a chapter at a time, but I'm happy to be finally getting to this one. I've owned it for so long. I've been hearing about it for years and years and years, and this is one of the quintessential fantasy reads. So I am happy to be starting it. It's currently the oldest book on my TBR, so this will be a 3-point read for me, which I'm very happy about. So I've got this one going this month. I'm not exactly sure what else I'm planning on reading, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. This is a bind-up of the trilogy, which I'll probably just read the whole thing as one book, because even with 3 books in here, it's still quite short. It's only about 300 pages, I think, 350. I'll probably just do the whole thing with this. And then I don't really know what else. I think I'm gonna do The Cavern. I can't think of the author, but I'll put a picture up here. It's a horror novel that I think about all the time because it seems like exactly my kind of horror. It seems perfectly suited to me, and literally every time that I'm in the mood for a horror book, I think about this one, but I've never picked it up, and I have no idea why. And then I've been in the mood for more kind of light, fun stuff, so I might do, what's it called? A Lady's Guide to Ruthless Wizardry or something like that. Some combination of those words. And then my 5th one that I'm thinking of doing is Gearbreakers. This one I've had on my TBR since before it was released, and I've been hyped for it ever since then, and I've never picked it up. So, time to fix that. But that's the general plan. That might change, of course. I'm very much a mood reader, so who knows what's gonna happen, but at least right now, that's what I'm thinking of doing. But yeah, that'll do it for quick little intro update. I'm gonna go read some more of this one before I have to head to work, and I'll check back in once I've made some progress. I am probably going to pick up a second book on top of this, just because this is gonna take me a while, so I'll probably start something in the background, just over audio, while I'm tackling this very large book. May 11th, I think, and I have a couple of updates in progress. I'm still working on Assassin's Apprentice by Hobb. I knew this was going to take me a long time. This is a very dense, chunky book, so I'm just taking my time with it. I'm really trying to absorb it, but I am almost done. I'm getting towards the end of it. I'm on page 261. I have about 2 hours left in the audiobook, so I'm hoping to finish this, maybe not today, but hopefully by tomorrow. This is excellent. I am really enjoying it. I'm having periods where it'll be really dull for a bit, and I'm like, man, do I want to keep reading this? I don't know. It's kind of nothing's happening, and I'll consider DNFing it, and then something happens where I'm like, ooh, okay, I want to know where that goes. And then I've just kind of continued. And yeah, I am actually really enjoying this one. It was a bit iffy there, but I'm having a good time with it. So
I think I will be continuing the series after I finish this book, but I'll finish this one again hopefully tomorrow and then check in with my final thoughts on it. And I've also sadly had a DNF. I picked up the Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry by C.M. Wagonner, and it was a very quick DNF. Well, not that quick. Listen to 18% of the audiobook, which is roughly 65 pages, give or take. So for me, that is a pretty decent shot, and I just was not enjoying it. I found the characters to be super bland, and the main character was kind of annoying, and I also didn't like the writing style. So DNF for that one, which I'm sad about because I love sapphic books, but I, for some reason, end up DNFing a lot of them. I don't know why. I would happily read nothing but sapphic books for the rest of my life, but I just keep happening to pick up ones where I don't like the writing style, or like a main character is bothering me or something like that, whereas like I want to read the book because I want sapphic books, but I also just don't pick good ones for some reason. I think my next one that I'm gonna pick up is gonna be Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. Like just the first novella, it's like 90 pages, so I'll probably just do that tonight. And then I also have Gearbreakers, so I might start that one as well. I think I briefly started that one the other day, but I wasn't in the mood for it, so I put it down after like maybe a minute and a half of listening to it. So I'll try that one again, and then if I'm still not in the mood for it, then I'll pick a different audiobook. But anyways, very quick update, but I do have to get to work, so I will chat with you guys later on. It is now the 18th, and I have several updates. So first and foremost, I have finished Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. It took me about 2 weeks to read, which I was expecting, because it's quite dense, and I could only really read like a chapter or two at a time, because it was a lot. It wasn't an overly difficult read. I was mostly able to understand everything that was going on. I did kind of get a little confused towards the end because there was so much like political stuff happening. We went to a different kingdom. It's like there was a whole bunch of new names and languages happening and a whole different political system, all this stuff. So I did get kind of confused. Hi, buddy. but for the most part, this was pretty simple to understand. It was just a really dense writing style I found, but it was really good. This is a fantastic start to the series, and I am looking forward to seeing where it goes. I gave it a 4-star. It wasn't as impactful as I was hoping for it to be, but I think I will get really invested with later books, and I've heard that this series gets brutal and like so sad, and people bawl their eyes out during it at some point or another, so I'm looking forward to that at some point. I love books that can make me cry, and I am anticipating that this series will be one of them at some point or another. I did tear up right at the end, like the very end. If you know, you know. I'm sure you can imagine what part I was crying at a little bit. Not full on crying, but just a little misty-eyed, if you will. But yeah, solid read for this one. I did really enjoy it. And then yesterday I picked up Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. Not the whole thing. This is a bind-up of the trilogy, so I just read the first book that is covered in cat hair. Thank you, Tony. Oh my god. So the first book is really short. It's teeny tiny. This edition is only 56 pages, so very short little part of this, but it still counts. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, how is this covered in so much cat hair? And yeah, I quite liked this. I thought it was really fun and interesting. It was imaginative. I liked the characters a lot. I thought the world was interesting. I love the main character. She's really cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading the other books in this series, which I'll probably do soon, actually. So the next book is just this little chunk right there. It's also quite short. This one's also only about 50 pages, so I'll definitely read that soon. And then the next one is Home. It's about that chunk of it. And then apparently I just noticed that this has a new story in it. So this last chunk is something that's not part of the original trilogy, I guess, which is like another 100 pages. So yeah, I'll probably read the rest of this very soon, but at least for Backlist Bash reasons, the first book was the only part of this that was required to read for Backlist Bash, so I have done so. And yeah, I liked it. I also gave it 4 stars. And yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing on with the rest of the series at some point or another. And then sadly, another DNF. I'm very sad about it, but I am DNFing Gearbreakers. I gave it a pretty fair shot. I got to about 25% through, and I just did not care at all. I didn't care about any of the characters. I wasn't really interested in the plot. The only thing that I actually cared about was the mecha stuff, and even that was just like interesting, but not that much, you know what I mean? So unfortunately, just not the book for me. I don't know if it was just the writing style or whatever the case was, but just something about it was not holding my attention at all. But I gave it a pretty fair shot. Normally I would DNF by like 10% through, but I gave this one 25%. But yeah, those are the updates for right now. Oh, also, I'm very sad. I put the cavern on my TBR for Backlist Bash for this month, and I actually just realized that I can't do that, and I'm mad about it. I thought that I added the cavern to my TBR in 2020, but I actually added it to my TBR in January of 2021. So I have to finish all of the 2020 books before I can get on to that book. So that's not going to be part of this video, and now I have to pick a different book. I want to do one more to get to my 5th, and that'll be a wrap for Backlist Bash for May. Not sure what I'll pick yet, but I will figure that out. Oh, also, again, Assassin's Apprentice got me 3 points. The Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry got me 1 point because I DNF'd it. Same with Gearbreaker, 1 point. And now Binti got me 2 points, which means I am now past 40 points, so I got a little prize. I don't know exactly how many points I'm at right now. I think I'm at, what would it be, 45 points right now, I think. I'm pretty sure. Either way, I had a small prize for 40 points, and I got myself a McFlurry the other day. It was delicious. It was Score McFlurry. Love that. But yeah, that's all the updates for right now. So once I figure out what other book to read for this vlog, I will let you guys know and check in at that time. I'll see you later. June, but somehow it is, which means this month's round of Backlist Bash is over, and I read nothing else since the last time we spoke. My bad. I fully intended to read another book, but then I got wrapped up in book club reads, and one of those books was very large, and it took up the last week of the month, so I didn't have time to read more. I mean, I could have, but I didn't. But I did try. I didn't try. I was going to try, and then I didn't try. But I still got through 4 books. I only finished 2 of them, but there's still 4 less books on my TBR than when I started this month, so it's something. I'll take it. So just to wrap up really quickly, for Backlist Bash in May, I read Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, which I gave 4 stars, and that one was the oldest book on my TBR at the time, so it was a 3-point book. I also read Binti by Nnedi Okorafor, which was a 2-point book, and I also gave it 4 stars. And then I DNF'd the Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry, but I did read more than 30 pages, so that was a 1-point book. And I also DNF'd Gearbreakers, but again, read more than 30 pages, so I got 1 point for that book, which gave me a total of 7 points. So I'm currently sitting at a grand total of 45 points for the whole challenge so far. So yeah, that'll do it for this round of Backlist Bash. Thanks for tuning back in. I appreciate ya. Until next time, have a great one, and I will chat with you guys later on.